stop the radical nature of God's grace. Never be someone else. I'm going to end with a story that is a true story by all accounts, of someone who did try and be someone else. Because we do not want to be like the professor who traveled around the country with his chauffeur. And the chauffeur always sat in the audience of this professor when the professor gave his lecture. And one day he said to the professor, "Do you know, I think I've heard that lecture of yours so many times, probably 1,000 times. I think I," the chauffeur said, "could deliver this lecture better than you." The professor said, "All right then, have a go." So they swapped clothes. So the professor got off his professor's uniform, put on the chauffeur's uniform. Do they have uniforms? And the chauffeur put on the professor's uniform, and the professor sat in the audience. And the chauffeur gave a perfect lecture. It was probably even better than the professor's. And at the end, at the Q&A session, a hand went up in the audience. And a pompous-sounding man said, "There's a question that I should like to ask you, Professor," speaking to the chauffeur, right? "When you mix that H2SO4 with the NaCl with the remaining CO2, then compare it with the photographic plates of the sun, how exactly do you get the equation E equals mc squared?" And the chauffeur stood there, maintained eye contact, and said, "That is the most stupid question I have ever heard. And to show you how stupid it is, I'm going to ask my chauffeur to answer it." Be who God has called you to be. Do what God has called you to do. And whether you live or whether you die, church, you are the Lord's. God bless you. Amen.